You speak to Baba wherever you like. Speak in your heart. Go to Baba's room, speak there.
ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయి సరే
Even then you will speak from your
బాబా
heart.
రూమ్కి వెళ్ళండి. బాబాతో మాట్లాడితే హృదయపూర్వకంగా
Go
మాట్లాడండి.
to Dadi, speak to her.
దాదితో దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి మాట్లాడండి.
But again it comes that you have to open your heart.
మీ మనసు విప్పి మాట్లాడాలి.
You have to bring out everything. If there is something smelling, you keep on painting it from above, will that smell go?
ఏదైనా మీ మనసులో ఉంటే
So open it.
మరి అందులో
Let it be completely
వేస్తే
renewed.
మనసులో ఉన్న బాధ పోతుంది. అందుకే మనసును కొత్తగా అవ్వాలి.
When you come to India, you have to have Indian
ఇండియా వచ్చినప్పుడు
currency. You go to the exchange,
ఎక్స్చేంజ్
money
కరెన్సీ
exchanger,
ఉంటారు కదా,
get it changed. Is that right? Similarly, the most precious thing with us is our heart.
అలానే
Most precious.
చాలా విలువైనది మన మనసు.
But if that heart is not pure, heart is not clean,
ఆ మనసు స్వచ్ఛంగా లేకపోతే
how can that be offered to God?
అది భగవంతుడికి ఎలా సమర్పించగలుగుతాం?
In a temple, what is being offered? Flowers,
గుళ్ళో ఏం ఆఫర్ చేస్తారు?
fruits.
అర్పిస్తారు, పూలు, పళ్ళు.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar.
ఓం శాంతి.
So
వ్యక్తి
today
పరివారానికి
is a
స్వాగతం.
transition day, so we will be moving from one series to another. Today is the last day of September.
సెప్టెంబర్
So we'll conclude with the series of September and then we'll start with the new topic for month of October. So let's do the September last day. Today is the 30th. Experience the stage of being ignorant of the knowledge of desires and give others this experience. Conclusion and experiences. So now we will listen to Mohini Didi and then we'll start with our new topic for month of October.
ఇచ్చా మాత్రం విద్యాస్థితిని అనుభవం చేయండి, చేయించండి. ఈ రోజుతో సమాప్తం సిరీస్. ఇప్పుడు దాని గురించి మోహిని దీది నుండి విందాం. కొత్త సిరీస్ మొదలు పెడదాం. అందరూ బాగానే ఉన్నారు. అదే ముగింపు.
So last month was very interesting.
పోయిన నెలలో
how to be ignorant of the desires.
ఇచ్చా మాత్రం విధిగా ఎలా అవుతామో చూసాం.
I think that this homework for us has become like digging.
ఈ హోంవర్క్ మనకి ఒక డిగ్గింగ్ లాగా లాగా అయింది. తవ్వుతూ
then digging also can be sow the seed, right?
ఇలా తవ్వటం కూడా మిత్రం నాటడం అయిందా?
Elevated thought, pure thought.
ఉన్నతమైన ఆలోచనలు,
Or maybe I haven't done
స్వచ్ఛమైన
this,
ఆలోచనలు
let me sow a seed
చేయనివి
of elevated
ఇంకా చేయటం.
So instead of checking your desires or your weaknesses or your sanskars, as soon as you check, then inculcate. Check, let's say, have patience, because sometimes things can change in 1 hour, few hours. But if we have taken it seriously, it continues for 2 days, 10 days.
2 రోజులు, 10 రోజులు
So, but that time when that patience or love is required
ఎప్పుడైతే
becomes
ఆ ప్రేమ
difficult time.
ప్రేమ కావాలో అప్పుడు అది
At that time, make some good efforts.
కావాల్సినప్పుడు మంచి
Be happy.
ప్రయత్నం చేయండి.
Smile, laugh,
నవ్వుతూ ఉండాలి.
whatever it is. Brahma Baba used to be in history hall, and sometimes we will see him doing ras alone. So we used to watch from window what Baba is doing, or read Murli,
బాబా ఏం చేస్తున్నారని చూసేవాళ్ళం. ఒక్కోసారి
listen to the songs.
బాబా మురళి వినేవాళ్ళు,
Somewhere
పాటలు
immediately
వింటుండేవాళ్ళు.
take a method. So whatever is necessary, if there are desires or good wishes or whatever it is, Baba will fulfill, right? Baba fulfills everyone's desires.
బాబా అందరి
But we don't want, sometimes our desires might not be valid.
తీరుస్తారు. కానీ ఒక్కోసారి మన కోరికలు
So then we
ఎలా ఉన్నాయో మనం
depend on
చూసుకోవాలి.
Baba. Whatever is right, Baba will fulfill. What is not right, we have to get rid of it. So how the thoughts show us our sanskars. Now when it is my sanskars or my desires, this word my is body consciousness. So I must say that whole month was a beautiful month, and Maya appeared, disappeared, we conquered. So I think overall it was a good experience. But just practice what Baba is saying about awake signal is very beneficial.
బాబా చెప్పినట్టు ఆ వ్యక్తి సిగ్నల్
Very
చాలా
temporary, yes. Some feelings towards
ప్రయోజనకారకం.
you. But always remember that thoughts and feelings
ఎప్పుడు
have
గుర్తుంచుకోండి,
a lot of effect on the body also.
ఆలోచనలు మన ఫీలింగ్స్ శరీరం
On the
పైన
face.
ప్రభావితం చేస్తాయి.
So
శరీరం
my
ప్రభావం ఉంటుంది.
experience during this month was,
ఈ
I should
నెలలో
not say I hope we
నా అనుభవం
don't get chance to hear everyone, but some of you send your experiences. So they are beautiful experiences.
చాలా మంచి మంచి అనుభవాలు అందరికీ అయ్యాయి.
So even the topic has finished, but we can continue.
ఈ
Some of the points we
టాపిక్
did
అయిపోయింది,
hear,
కానీ
some
మనం
learned.
కొనసాగించవచ్చు. కూర్చున్న పాయింట్స్
But the topic we do remember.
టాపిక్
Ignorance of
గుర్తుంటుంది కదా.
the
నిత్య మాత్రం
ignorance.
అవిద్య.
Om Shanti.
ఓం శాంతి. బాప్ దాదా మార్గాన్ని సూచిస్తున్నారు. స్వభావ సంస్కారాలను పరివర్తనంలో తీవ్రగతి కావాలి. ఒకరికొకరు స్వభావాన్ని తెలుసుకొని ఆజీ చెప్పాలి.
ऐसी मीटिंग करो जिसमें सबके एक ही स्वभाव, एक ही संस्कार,
స్వభావం
एक ही सेवा करना,
ఒకే సంస్కారము,
संस्कार मिलन
ఇదే సంస్కారం.
रास कौन सा करे?
ఈ నిత్యాన్ని ఎవరు చేస్తారు?
स्वयं को बदलेंगे
స్వయాన్ని
तो वो भी बदल जाएंगे. कोई
మార్చుకుంటే
भी
అది
आधार नहीं रखो,
ఎలాంటి ఆధారాన్ని చెప్పుకోవద్దు.
तो ये हो मुझे करना ही है.
ఇదైతే నేను చేయాల్సింది.
Vyakti Parivar welcomes you to transform the old sanskars and perform the dance of
పాత
harmonizing
సంస్కారాలను
sanskars.
ముగించి
पुराने संस्कार परिवर्तन कर
పాత సంస్కారాలను
संस्कार मिलन की रास करो.
సంస్కారములను ముఖ్యం చేయండి.
With powerful insights by Mohini Didi, followed by a Vyakti journey, sharings by ancestors. Avyakt Murli revision from 1969.
प्यारे बाबा तुम्हारा यही कहना है, पहने रहना गुणों का यूं ही गहना है। करते चलो सबको प्यार, देते चलो सत्कार, तुम्हें तारों से आगे निकलना है। प्यारे बाबा तुम्हारा यही कहना।
Om Shanti Vyakti Parivar. So such a beautiful
Vyakti
promo
Parivar.
we saw, and it's a beautiful topic for month of October. Actually, we did something like that a few months ago, but it's going to be a revision again. And it's the topic transform the old sanskars and perform the
పాత
dance of
సంస్కారాలు
harmonizing
పరివర్తన చేసి
sanskars. So
సంస్కారములను
in Avyakti
ముఖ్యం చేయండి.
Parivar, we will follow the regular schedules every day from Monday to Sunday. And we will be starting our new series, new topic. And as you all know that Mohini Didi and we are in Madhuban. So we're still live with all of you. And you all are here with us in angelic form. So the first day, the topic for the day is angelic
పాత
features
సంస్కారాలను
like
పరివర్తన
Father
చేసి
Brahma.
సంస్కారములను
Aditya,
ముఖ్యం
nothing
చేయండి.
is difficult in Brahmin life, but your sanskars and your weaknesses appear to be difficult. For this, sacrifice yourself to the flame to such an extent that when you say, my sanskars, even this consciousness of mine finishes and your
బ్రహ్మబాబు
nature
సమానమైన
is
పరిస్థితి
changed. When each one's nature
Features.
changes,
బ్రహ్మబాబు జీవితంలో
you
ఏది
will
కఠినం
have
లేదు
angelic features like Father
కానీ
Brahma.
సంస్కారాలు
So this is the
బలహీనతలు
homework for
కష్టంగా
tomorrow.
అనిపిస్తాయి.
And
దీనికోసం
now
పాత
we will listen to
సంస్కారాలను
Mohini Didi about this new
నా
topic,
సంస్కారాలు
homework,
అనుకోకుండా
and
నావి
also we will have Sister Body with
ఆలోచన
us.
చేయండి.
So now let's listen to
అలా
Didi.
ప్రతి వారి స్వభావం మారినప్పుడు మీలో
Om
పరిస్థితి
Shanti, everyone.
బ్రహ్మబాబు సమానమైన పరిస్థితులు రూపురేఖలు కనిపిస్తాయి.
Is everyone okay?
అందరూ బాగున్నారా?
Baba used to say, just write okay if you are okay, right? So what we tell Baba, we are okay.
మనం ఓకే కదా?
So my sanskars
నా సంస్కారాలు
are of body consciousness. All the sanskars,
అభిమానానికి సంబంధించినవా?
because it was, we did actions in body consciousness. They are changing now. We have to inculcate what sanskars? Baba's sanskars, right? So this month we will listen to some of the points are very, very practical.
ఈ నెల కొన్ని పాయింట్స్ చాలా
Baba
practical గా
says
ఉన్నాయి.
nature and features.
బాబా అంటున్నారు నేచర్ ఫీచర్స్ అంటున్నాడు.
they show, I always compare Hanuman and then Brahma Baba.
నేను
Hanuman
హనుమంతుడిని
always
బ్రహ్మబాబాని
smiled.
పోలుస్తాను. హనుమంతుడు ఎప్పుడు నవ్వుతూనే
Why
ఉంటారు.
he smiled every time? Because when you are with God, there is victory.
భగవంతుడితో ఉన్నప్పుడు విజయం ఉంటుంది.
Always remember that there is victory with him.
ఇప్పుడు గుర్తుంచుకోండి,
He never
Yeah.
accepted any defeat.
ఉంటుంది. ఎప్పుడు ఎలాంటి అపజయం పాలవరు.
Even they
భగవంతుడితో
show that
ఉన్నప్పుడు
Lord Rama will also think about will they find Sita or not. But
రాముడు
Hanuman was very
సీత
firm.
కనపడుతుందని
He will
అనుకున్నప్పుడు
one day find
హనుమంతుడు
Sita.
చాలా దృఢ నిశ్చయంతో ఉన్నారు.
So
మనం
his faith
కనిపిస్తుంది అని
and victory
తన నమ్మకం, విజయం
kept him very, very smiling.
ఎప్పుడు నవ్వుతూనే.
I also always feel Baba is looking
నేను
at
కూడా
us.
అంతే అనుకుంటాను. బాబా మన వంక చూస్తూ ఉన్నారు.
Whatever we are understanding,
మనం ఏదైతే
whatever we
అర్థం
are
చేస్తున్నామో,
teaching,
మనం
are
ఏదైతే
we practically
నేర్పిస్తున్నామో
doing that?
అవన్నీ ప్రాక్టికల్ గా చేస్తున్నాం.
What kind of atmosphere we
ఎలాంటి
should
వాతావరణము
create? What kind of
ఎలాంటి తయారు చేయాలి,
relationships we
ఎలాంటి
should have?
సంబంధాలు
Everything.
నెలకొల్పాలి అన్ని కదా.
So angelic features
మరి పరిస్తారు
like Father Brahma,
బ్రహ్మ సమానంగా
very unique features,
Right.
because
చాలా
see, Lokik also they laugh and smile.
ప్రత్యేకమైన లౌకిక జీవితంలో కూడా
It's
నవ్వుతారు.
not it's different. It's
కానీ అది
alokik
వేరు.
smile.
అలౌకిక
Baba that they
నవ్వు
say
వేరు.
spiritual smile. Because internally it's not arrogance, it's not greed,
లోపల లోపల అది
but it is soul consciousness.
మోహం కాదు, లోభం
So
కాదు,
Baba
అది
says
ఆత్మాభిమానం.
nothing is difficult in Brahmin life
బాబా అంటున్నారు, బ్రాహ్మణ
but
జీవితంలో
your sanskars
ఏది కష్టం కాదు, మీ
and
సంస్కారం,
your weaknesses
మీ
appear
బలహీనత
to be difficult.
అవి కష్టంగా అనిపిస్తాయి అంతే.
For this, sacrifice yourself
దీనికోసం
to the flame to such an extent
మిమ్మల్ని
that when you say my sanskars,
త్యాగం చేసి
even this consciousness of mind
ఈ యజ్ఞంలో
and your nature is changed.
నా
When
సంస్కారం
each
కోటం
one's
వేసినప్పుడు మీ స్వభావం మారుతుంది.
nature changes,
ప్రతి ఒక్కరి స్వభావం
then
మారు
you will have angelic features
మీలో ఆ
like Brahma Baba.
బ్రహ్మబాబా లాగా ఏంజలిక్ స్వరూపం వస్తుంది.
It's so beautiful. Someone was sharing that when they went for
షేర్ చేస్తున్నారు.
by ashes, they took to the land
నిర్వార్
where
బాయ్
they are building the big hospital. He always had planned for that.
అచ్యుత
So
భస్మాన్ని
there were 5 very
ఎక్కడైతే
beautiful
హాస్పిటల్ కట్టాలనుకున్నారో
pictures.
అన్నయ్య అక్కడికి తీసుకెళ్లారు.
And they said they just appeared and they start becoming part of us, those 5 little people. So then we were sharing that how even in Peace Village, when Nirmal Bhai came with Dr. Pratap, as soon as they enter, we used to have the nest of the birds right in front.
పక్షులు వచ్చాయి.
And they were 5
నిర్వార్
very
బాయ్
little
పీస్ విలేజ్ కి
birds
వచ్చినప్పుడు
who
కూడా
were just
5
about to
చిన్న
come
పక్షులు
out of the nest.
అప్పుడప్పుడే
They all were looking at
ఆ
Nirmal
యొక్క
Bhai.
గూడు నుంచి
And he
బయటకు
kept
వచ్చాయి.
sharing
ఫస్ట్ టైం
Drishti. So
మరి
that same
నిర్వార్ బాయ్
because he has love for
ఉన్నారు.
birds,
ఎందుకంటే
love for flowers,
ఆయనకి పూల
love for everything.
బర్డ్స్ అన్నా చాలా ఇష్టం అన్ని.
So Brahma Baba had also
బ్రహ్మ
love for
కూడా
plants, love for
మొక్కలన్నా
gardening, love for everyone.
తోటలన్నా అందరన్నా ఇష్టం.
So one of the sanskar
ఓ
which we
సంస్కారం
all can inculcate,
మనం
sanskar
తీసుకోగలిగింది
of
ఏంటంటే
God's love.
భగవంతుడి ప్రేమను
God's
తీసుకోవాలి.
love in our features,
మన
God's love is what
మన
we share,
రూపురేఖలతో భగవంతుడి ప్రేమ,
what we speak,
మనం పంచేది,
then
మనం
our features
మాట్లాడేది,
will also become
మన
very
రూపురేఖలు కూడా
awake
ఇప్పుడు
or
ప్రేమ
love.
ఉన్నప్పుడు అవి కూడా మన రూపురేఖలు కూడా వ్యక్తంగా బాబాలానే అవుతాయి. ఓం శాంతి.
Om Shanti. Good evening, Avyakti Parivar.
వ్యక్తి పరివారం, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్.
Yeah, that was a lovely image of the peacocks, because I know this quality of Nirvarbai.
నిర్వార్బాయి గురించి నాకు
That
తెలుసు.
even though he was so busy in
తను బిజీగా ఉన్నా
major
కానీ
things, whether construction or just the running of the yagya,
యజ్ఞం
but
నడపటంలోను
he always had time. It's a
కన్స్ట్రక్షన్
quality I see
కానీ
in daddies.
ఎప్పుడు సమయం
Always have
అనేది
time.
కానీ
No matter what they're doing.
ఏం చేస్తున్నా
I
కానీ
used to feel it with Daddy Janky too. When you would phone her, and it
దాది
felt like
జ్ఞానికి
as if
కూడా
she was your
చూసేదాన్ని.
grandmother just waiting by the phone.
అమ్మమ్మలానే
your
ఫోన్ దగ్గర
call
వెయిట్
because she
చేస్తా
had
ఉండేవాళ్ళు.
nothing
మీకు
else to
కాల్
do.
చేసినప్పుడు ఏం పని లేదన్నట్టు తీసుకునేవాళ్ళు.
Something very interesting that Didi just said. And perhaps the next time when there's an opportunity, I'll be able to ask her.
నెక్స్ట్ టైం
But
అవకాశం
you'll
కుదిరినప్పుడు
remember that in
చెప్తాను.
today's Murli,
ఈరోజు మురళిలో కూడా
Ram Chandra was mentioned.
రామచంద్రుడు
Ram
గురించి
of the
చెప్పారు.
Silver Age, right? I think it was
రాముడు
today's Murli.
త్రేతాయుగం కదా.
I think it was today's. And so I often wonder,
నేను ఎప్పుడు అనుకుంటాను,
you know, what was it that relegated him to the Silver Age? What was the sanskar
ఎలాంటి
that
సంస్కారం బట్టి
made him, even
త్రేతాయుగంలోకి
though he
వచ్చారు
was remembered, he's been
రామచంద్రుడు.
remembered throughout the Copper and the Iron Age. And I know there's a confusion between Ram as well
కలియుగం
and Ramchandra.
ద్వాపరయుగంలో కూడా ఎంతో
Something that
గొప్పగా
Didi said just now,
అర్చుకుంటారు
of
రామచంద్రుడిని.
course, I'm not familiar with all of the bhakti stories, but she mentioned that he doubted whether they would find Sita or not, whereas Hanuman
సీత
didn't.
దొరుకుతుందా లేదా అని డౌట్.
We also know that ultimately he
హనుమంతుడు
doubted
చాలా దృఢ నిశ్చయంతో
Sita's faithfulness and
దొరుకుతుంది
Sita's
అని
purity.
చివరికి పట్టుకున్నారు.
And so it just struck me that that was what relegated him to the Silver Age.
ఆ
That he could have been
వల్లనే
great,
అది
he could have
సాధ్యమవుతుంది.
been a wonderful BK, but there was doubt.
అంటే ఎంతో
And
మంచి
so at some level, I
రామచంద్రుడు
think
కూడా, కానీ
all situations
కొంచెం డౌట్ ఉంది.
are a
ఆ
test
డౌట్
of
వల్లనే
faith.
త్రేతాయుగానికి వచ్చారు. సీత
And we
దొరుకుతుంది
saw how magnificently Brahma Baba and those souls who remained when they went from a life of privilege and entitlement to absolute poverty and hunger. Did Brahma Baba ever doubt for a
రమణ
moment?
బాబాకి ఎప్పుడైనా
He'd
డౌట్
say he was being
వచ్చిందా?
tested, that, you know, his level of surrender was being tested, his faith was being tested, and of course for all the others, their test was to do with Brahma Baba. Did they still have faith in him, and by extension Shiv Baba? And so it just struck me that doubt is something that if it's in the sanskars,
ఈ డౌట్ అనేది సంస్కారంలో
then it
ఉంటుందా?
will corrupt things.
అది ఉన్నప్పుడు మొత్తం
We know that
కరప్ట్
it's
చేస్తుంది.
about faith in what Baba's telling us. And yesterday he reiterated, he said it at least a couple of times, it was to do with your own self, you know, respect for your own self, regard for your own self, faith in your own self. And this thing of sanskars, and I wonder why it is that we seem to focus more on what it is that we haven't changed, rather than sometimes balancing that by reminding ourselves of all the things that we have changed, but we just take it for granted. You know, you've changed your lifestyle, you've changed your way of seeing things, you've changed your relationships, your diet, and you know, and like in the world, people are endeavoring to be better at whether it's their sport or their hobby or their music. And for all of us, it's amazing when you think about it, that what we want to be better at is in being ourselves truly, and authentically. And that's what we're working on. And the feeling of, you know, the sanskars, we talk about sanskars. Sometimes we use the word scar, that it's like something in the soul as a
నమస్కారం
result
అంటే
of
ఒక్కొక్కసారి
action.
మత్తలాగా చూస్తాం అదే
As someone said the
ఆత్మ
other day, and I liked it a
స్వభావం
lot, when he heard about, when we defined sanskars, a new student, he called it prior data. And I
సంస్కారం
liked
అంటే
that. I thought that was nice.
ఒకళ్ళు అన్నారు
What do you
పాత
do with prior data?
పాత డేటా అన్నారు పాత
Expunge it, or you
సమాచారం
can overwrite it. And that's kind of what we're doing.
అదే కదా
But
మనం చేసేది
even though we talk about sanskar like as if it was a habit, it was something we did, but in truth, it's not even so much that. I think it is more the feeling that has, whether as a consequence of that sanskar, or it was a feeling that actually created the sanskar. And that's the thing, you know, if I could just scrub something and make it clean, but it's the feeling. So then you see yourself when it's impatience, or a lack of, what was Didi saying, you know, tolerance or whatever else. You know, what is it? What's it coming from? There's some sort of feeling. And I think that this is something that I might need to look at. And so where there are these like difficult sanskars, to acknowledge there's some pain there. There's some kind of pain that gets in the way of my happiness or my behaving in the right way. And as someone once said, you know, that sometimes it is easier to cause someone else pain than for me to look at my own,
ఒక్కోసారి
you know.
నా
And
బాధని
so
చూసే బదులు ఇంకొకరి బాధ
sometimes in
కలిగించడం
being the
ఈజీగా
observer,
అవుతుంది ఒకసారి చూస్తే
then it really is finding that gap between
ఆ వ్యత్యాసాన్ని
a feeling, the
చూసుకోవచ్చు
feeling that comes of anger or annoyance or whatever else,
ఏ ఫీలింగ్ అయితే వస్తుందో ఆ ఫీలింగ్ చూసుకోవచ్చు కోపమైన
between the feeling and the expression. And so the changing the sanskar means
మరి
a
సంస్కారం
reduction
మార్చుకోవడం అంటే
in the time between the feeling coming and being able to put it back where it belongs and not allowing it to come into expression. And again, this might sound overly simplistic, but again, all of the sanskars at some level are really coming from, as Baba was talking about yesterday, I. And so is it the
నేను
I
అనే దాంట్లోంచా
reduced self-worth or low self-esteem, or is it the I of
స్వయం యొక్క తక్కువ తీసుకోవటం వల్ల
where I
వస్తుంది
feel
స్వయాన్ని
entitlement and privileged, and so others should behave in this kind of a way? And it's usually from, I know it sounds very simplistic, but it often is from one or other of those things. And some would even rather have low self-esteem than be perceived as arrogant or egoistic. And so all of that is, again, to do with some kind of a feeling that, whether it was deprivation or, as I say, entitlement, that resulted in a sanskar that then makes me behave in a certain way or interact in a certain kind of a way. And so I think rather than trying to discover, you know, what is the sanskar, it's one of the 5, but the feeling, why do I have this feeling? And then seeing,
ఎందుకు అలా ఫీల్
and
అవుతున్నాను చూసుకోవాలి
it's not something that happens instantaneously, but I feel that what happens is that there's as you pay attention and the pain reduces, because there is pain which
శ్రద్ధ
we don't
వహిస్తే ఆ
acknowledge.
నొప్పి తగ్గిపోతుంది, బాధ
Then there's
తగ్గిపోతుంది.
like a softening of sanskars.
అంటే మన
I
సంస్కారాలను
think I've shared before how one time
చక్కగా
with
చేసుకోవటం.
Daddy in Madhaban, and she was
ఒకసారి దాది
she had
మధుబనులో
asked the question, how many
ఉన్నారు,
people
తను
cried in the last
ప్రశ్న
week?
అడిగారు, మీరు
I
ఎవరైనా
remember
వచ్చారా
thinking,
లాస్ట్ వీక్
no,
ఉన్నారు.
I didn't cry, but I got really
నేనైతే
angry. So
ఏడవలేదు కానీ నాకు కొంచెం
I'm
కోపం ఉందని
realizing
చెప్పాను.
that pain makes you cry, pain also makes you
అంటే
angry.
బాధ ఉన్నప్పుడు
And
కోపం
so
ఇస్తుంది, లేకపోతే ఏడుపు అన్నది
how to,
ఎక్కుతుంది.
you know, reduce the pain, at least I think this is the thing, we're explorers, we're exploring ourselves. And so to be able to, like Nirverbai was saying earlier, clean your heart or open your heart.
మనసును స్వచ్ఛంగా ఉంచుకోండి,
Don't be afraid to look at the contents of your heart,
మనసులో ఉన్న
and
చూసుకోవటం
then
కోసం,
to see how it appears in your relationships and your interactions with others. So, and then the other thing too, that, you know, because sometimes what happens that in dealing with the feelings, that where you have to take care is that you don't become that thing that you oppose in others. And this has only been, you may have known it for a long time, but I've just seen it recently, where very often the thing that somebody's complaining about in someone else, or where it's a big deal, and they're not acknowledging that they too, whether they had that as a sanskar or they were influenced by the other one, it's like, well, you think you're going to do all this, you know, like you're arrogant, you think you're the best or whatever, and then suddenly I'm in opposition to you, and now I'm going to do even better than you. So the very thing you oppose, you kind of become it. And so thinking about sanskars for me at the present time is more to do with the feelings and somehow the hurt or the shame or the pain or whatever that allows them to come into, or that created them, and then that they keep coming into manifestation. And so anyway, just a few thoughts. So a lovely model for us is Brother Nirvair. You know, as Didi was describing him, that no judgment on anyone, you know, no reaction. He was the one who always mollified everyone and brought things back to peace again, because he never saw, he didn't look at others and see their weaknesses or their defects. He saw their pain. He saw where they were hurting. And his most noticeable quality for me, and for me there were many, but was his compassion. His compassion for the human condition, his compassion for the Brahman condition. You know, somebody was just telling me a story today, somebody who had this pure desire, you know, to be hugged by Nirverbai. It was a brother, and you know, would never voice it.
నిర్వర్బాయిని
One day he
కౌగలించుకోవాలనుకున్నారు, కానీ ఇప్పుడు అడగలేదు.
just
ఒకసారి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళగానే నిర్వర్బాయి వచ్చి ఆలింగనం చేసుకున్నారు.
and so that's how we have to be with everybody, that kind of an embrace at the level of thoughts, and as Daddy Jank knows, an attitude of friendliness towards everyone, really. And that's what gives you, as Baba said yesterday, and I depend on them, blessings. You get blessings from the hearts of others, and that helps to soften your own sanskars too. You'll want to, if they're seeing you as good, you'll want to be good for them as well. All right, thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Om
We'll
Shanti.
get the message tomorrow.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Vaudiben, for wonderful sharing. And Before we remember Baba and take drishti from Didi, I just want to let you all know that today it's morning here and it's 13th day for Nirbhar Bhaiji becoming a vet. So there will be a bhog offering. Mohini Didi will be offering bhog this morning. It's night already there. So we will show bhog offering and bhog message in Avyakti Parivar
సో భోగ్ మెసేజ్ ఉంటుంది ఈరోజు
during the Avyakti Parivar session. So that's so you all be able to take the benefit to listen to Bhog message. And also if you would like to offer Bhog at your place, you can also join same time. And tomorrow is Tuesday, so our schedule will be same from 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Amrit Vela. In the evening